three types of orcas in the Northwest waters. They are the resident orcas, the transient orcas, and the offshore orcas. The resident orcas, also known as the fish eaters, inhabit British Columbia and Washington. These orcas primarily feed on fish, mainly salmon like steelhead, chinook, stockeye, coho, and chum salmon. They also prey on herring and sometimes squid. They visit the same areas consistently, following the salmon as they travel to their spawning grounds in the rivers. The transient orcas, also known as the mammal eaters, roam wildly along the coast, from Alaska to California. They prey almost exclusively on marine mammals like seals, sea lions, Dall's porpoises, harbor porpoises, and other whales. Transients generally travel in small groups, usually live 2 to 6 animals, and have less persistent family bonds than residents. Offshore orcas, little is known about them, as they are mainly found in the outer continental waters. Though the majestic orcas are marine wildlife icons in the Northwest waters, the native resident orcas of Puget Sound are highly endangered and could be headed towards extinction. With just 78 whales remaining in the wild, the Northwest sovereign resident killer whales are among our nation's most endangered animals. The leading cause of decline is a lack of sufficient prey, which are salmon. A limited food supply has been identified as one of the primary reasons for the orca's decline, with big and rich energy Chinook salmon making up more than 80% of their preferred diet. Like the resident whales that depend on them, Puget Sound salmon are also listed as a threatened or endangered species. The reasons for the salmon are endangered, causing orcas to be endangered, is due to dams constructed along rivers where they spawn, overfishing, pollution, a disease that does spread and kill salmon, and loss of habitat. Scientists have been struggling on recovering both salmon and orcas. One current obstacle that stands between their goal in saving the orcas and the salmon is ever protected species of Puget Sound are preying on the orcas' food. The orcas are now facing serious competition with other marine mammals of Puget Sound for salmon. That poses a serious problem for Puget Sound's critically endangered orcas. Booming populations of seals, sea lions, and other marine mammals are eating so much salmon. They may pose a bigger challenge for the survival of both the hungry orcas than fishermen do. So according to this diagram, it talks about the predator boom of seals and sea lions that prey on the Chinook, the same prey that the orcas eat. It says, you can see here in this diagram that of the amount of salmon that these marine mammals eat, the harbor seals and sea lions prey on a lot more salmon than the orcas. Since 2009, the sovereign resident killer whale populations have been declining and is headed towards extinction, and recovering our region's salmon is a critical food source for the whales. May be the only way to save these Northwest icons. Conservations have worked for years trying to recover and restore the salmon in order to save the orcas. And if their actions have worked some, but they can still continue to struggle and risk their lives to save them. So the orcas and salmon, along with the Puget Sound conservations, are to save them. Need our help to save both Puget Sound icon on species. The first thing we do is the toughest part, which is spread the word and convince the public to understand the troubles we've caused to the orcas and the salmon, and we can fix the troubles. Stand up and support river dam removals, as well as prevent proposed river dam construction and that block the salmon spawning migrations, and support in stopping toxic industrial productions like factories or gas chemical plants, lands that pollute and harm the environment and also harm people too. Share what you know with your family and friends. Together we can make a difference and help save the orcas.